you step onto the path. The ground beneath your feet is soft, layered with a thick carpet of fallen leaves. They crunch softly under your weight, a sound that seems to echo the quiet settling of the forest around you. It's a low, conspiratorial sound, shared only by you and the earth. The light is a hazy golden hue, filtering down through the branches. The trees stand tall, their leaves mostly surrendered to the season's turning. They blaze with fire-like colors, deep crimsons, fiery oranges, and dazzling yellows, all set against the darkening green, still clinging to the older branches. Their shapes are silhouettes against the fading light, intricate patterns outlined in the last embers of day. A coolness begins to settle on your skin, a crispness in the air that whispers through the canopy. It's not a sharp cold yet, more a gentle prodding, a reminder that the warmth of the sun is fading. You breathe it in. The air smells clean, alive, carrying the distinct scent of damp earth, rich and loamy. Beneath it, fainter notes of decaying wood and the sweet, sharp tang of something wild. Pine needles release their scent on the breeze. Your footsteps are the only sound at first, a steady rhythm breaking the near silence. You pause, looking up. The sky is a masterpiece of soft gradients, shifting rapidly from blue to violet to a deepening indigo as the sun dips lower. The first few stars begin to prick through the darkening expanse, tiny points of light promising the coming night. You continue walking. The crunch of leaves mutes the sound of your own breathing, drawing it out into long, slow draws and releases. Your eyes follow the path ahead, winding through the autumnal embrace. The path dips slightly, leading towards a hidden dell, or perhaps just deeper into the woods. You notice small things now, details missed in the rush of earlier moments. A smooth, gray stone, half buried. A cluster of bright red berries clinging tenaciously to a bush, stark against the muted tones. The way the light catches the downy tops of certain branches, turning them into miniature flames. The stillness deepens. You hear the distant cry of a bird, a lone sound carried on the wind, echoing once before fading completely. The forest seems to hold its breath. A leaf detached itself from a high branch and floats slowly downwards, spiraling through the air like a tiny, fragile snowflake. You watch its descent, mesmerized. It lands softly somewhere unseen by your path, becoming part of the rustling carpet below. You take another step, then another. The crunch persists, a comforting, grounding sound. The air grows cooler with each breath. Your fingers, resting in your pockets or perhaps clasped loosely at your waist, feel the chill beginning to seep in. You glance down at your hands, rough-skinned and bare. The earth smell is stronger now, almost sweet, clinging to your nostrils. There is a pause, a long, resonant pause, where the world seems to hold its breath, suspended between day and night. Then, another step. The path curves gently, revealing a view back towards the sky. The trees here are older, their bark deeply furrowed and dark, standing as sentinels guarding the deeper parts of the wood. Their branches twist and curl, reaching outwards, broken leaves catching the fading light. The silence isn't broken, but it feels different here, denser, heavier, filled with the potential sounds waiting just beneath the surface. You keep walking. The crunch, rustle, and occasional sigh of a large tree bending in the breeze become your soundtrack, a lullaby for the dying day. The forest moves around you, its boundaries softening, stretching outwards in all directions. Somewhere, a squirrel rustles, but the sound is swallowed by the vastness. You feel utterly alone, yet perfectly at peace. Golden light spills now, painting the forest floor in shifting patterns of shadow and light. Each shadow seems to have a story deep and ancient. You walk on, deeper now, the path fading almost completely, just barely discernible under the thick layer of fallen leaves. The air is still, the scent of damp earth stronger, almost musky. The coolness is palpable now, a definite chill in the air. The stars above are brighter, clearer, watching perhaps, or simply marking the passing of time. There is another long pause, a profound stillness, where the only movement is the rustle of your own clothes or the whisper of the wind through the upper branches, unseen but felt as a vibration in the air, a vibration that resonates deep within you. And you keep walking through the golden light, through the cool air, through the scent of earth and decay and quiet life. The forest breathes beside you, a soft, slow rhythm you can almost feel as much as hear. You are part of it now, walking among the ancient, silent guardians of this deep, peaceful twilight. The path narrows, the edges fading into a soft ochre embrace where ferns and low-hung branches no longer define the way, but merely feather the edges of your walking space. Light, filtered through the canopy above, falls in fractured, amber-edged squares now, catching the upper surfaces of fallen leaves like scattered jewels. They crunch beneath your feet with a familiar rhythm, soft yet distinct, a sound that seems to echo the gentle pulse of the forest itself, not loudly, but in a low, continuous whisper against the deeper silence. It's less a sound than the feeling of the ground acknowledging your passage. you pause, not with a conscious effort to stop, but because the descent has become shallower, the land sloping gently downwards inwards, the way unfolding in slow, deliberate stages. The air grows damper here, a noticeable shift in the scent. The pine and fir sharpness softens, giving way to the loamy earth smell, rich with decaying organic matter, the quiet hum of countless microscopic processes working unseen. Beneath the crunch, you hear it faint, elusive, but definite. The murmur of water. It's drawing closer, a promise of the stream. Turning, you follow the direction of the sound, the path leading you away from the main track, deeper into the woods. The light feels different here, less brilliant, more intimate. The shadows lengthen subtly between the trunk-thick oaks, their bark a deep russet brown, furrowed like wrinkled skin. Their presence is immense, ancient, a quiet watchfulness from the edges of the clearing you're now entering. Sunlight dapples the forest floor, casting shifting patterns of light and shadow on the carpet of golds, crimsons, and burnt oranges below your feet. Each step lands softly now, the crunching sound a little less insistent, the ground yielding more, absorbing the impact. You feel the weight of the earth beneath your tread. The murmur grows louder, clearer, a continuous thread through the stillness. It's a soft, flowing sound, the sound of liquid finding its way through the earth, trickling over smooth, moss-covered stones, perhaps glinting in the broken light, filtering down through the leaves. You see the stream ahead, not as a wide, rushing thing, but as a ribbon of slow, deep green, edged by banks, thick with the same fallen foliage that carpets the land around it. The water shimmers with an internal light, reflecting the colors above it with a soft, watery distortion. It seems to drink the light, turning it into liquid luminescence. You approach the bank, the crunching sound becoming a deliberate rhythm, each step a mindful action on the soft earth. The bank slopes gently down to the water's edge, revealing smooth, algae-kissed rocks where the water might sip greedily at the surface. The stream is wide enough to ford easily, the water moving with a placid grace, its surface broken only by the occasional leaf or twig that drifts upon its slow current. You stand at the edge, looking out at the water. It's cool, the reflection perfectly still for a moment, then disturbed by the slightest air movement, a single leaf floating past its surface, turning from brown to green as the light shifts on it. You feel the mist on your skin, the damp chill that rises from the water. It's not cold, but refreshing, a contrast to the warming air just above the surface. You reach down, your fingers brushing the surface, feeling its coolness. It's clean, smelling faintly of damp earth and something wild. You lift your hand, watching the water ripple around your fingers. The liquid so clear you can see the bottom. Pebbles and sand shifting in the light, filtering through your outstretched palm. Looking back along the way you came, the path seems shorter now, a line disappearing into the amber light and fallen leaves. Ahead, beyond the stream, the forest seems to deepen even further. A wall of trees stretching away into a landscape of soft greens and richer browns. The light filtering differently there, perhaps dimmer, more shadowed. You feel the pull of the water, the quiet invitation of the stream's flow, but also the pull of the land, the feeling that this deepening, this going inward, is what you must follow now. You begin to walk along the bank, your feet sinking slightly into the moss and soft earth, the crunching sound replaced by the soft squelch of wetness. You walk beside the stream, your reflection appearing in the water's surface, a pale image walking alongside you, its features softened by the shifting light. The stream flows past, a constant, silent companion to your steps. You feel its presence, cool and steady, a counterpoint to the warmth of the sunlight filtering through the canopy. You walk deeper still, leaving the immediate banks behind, stepping onto the broader forest floor beyond the stream's edge. The crunch resumes, now overlaid with the soft, almost imperceptible sound of water flowing. A continuous whisper carried on the breeze towards the further reaches of the woods. The path ahead is still uncertain, the forest deepening, the amber light filtering differently, promising a new kind of quiet exploration. The crunch deepens, a soft, pervasive sound now, a carpet laid down thick by the final exhales of the season. You walk on, each step a gentle press into this yielding earth, the air growing quieter still, the susurrus receding further into the background, leaving behind only the profound stillness of a forest holding its breath. The path ahead seems to curve, softening, opening slightly, perhaps an invitation. Then you see it, not quite hidden, but revealed in a sudden, gentle clearing of the trees. A small space, bathed in the soft, internal glow of something warm and inviting. You step forward, drawn by an unseen magnetism, the crunch fading into the periphery as you approach. It is a campfire, nestled as if it has always been there, a comforting, golden presence. The flames are low now, their frantic crackle long gone, replaced by a steady, rhythmic whisper, a soft asterisk hiss asterisk, a gentle asterisk pop asterisk, the deep, forgiving heartbeats of embers giving warmth rather than light. The firelight dances upon the rough bark of the surrounding trees, casting shifting patterns of shadow and gold onto the ground, the low-hanging branches, and the ancient moss that carpets the fallen giants nearby. The air here feels warmer, already holding the scent of wood smoke, damp earth, and something deeper, primal. You move closer, drawn to the edge of the clearing, the heat radiating strongly now, a palpable presence against the coolness of the forest floor beyond. You feel it soak into your bones, a promise of comfort, a tangible warmth against the crisp autumn air. You find a fallen log, wide and smooth, placed conveniently for sitting. You sink onto it, the rough wood a solid anchor against the swirling thoughts, the heat from the fire a grounding reality. The air crackles low, a soft, throaty sound that seems to emanate not just from the flames, but from the very ground, the leaves, the nearby spider webs shimmering faintly in the low light. The heat wraps around you, a soft blanket of welcome. You feel it seep into your skin, chasing away the chill that had begun to settle deep within, a profound sense of warmth returning. You close your eyes for a moment, focusing on the sensation. It is deep, powerful, filling you from the inside out. A low hum, a constant, gentle thrum. Outside the fire's glow, the forest resumes its quiet vigil. Crisp leaves still drift down occasionally, settling softly onto the log beside you, onto the fire itself, adding to the slow-burning collection. The air crackles just beyond the fire's edge, a soft, pervasive whisper that seems to fill the space. A low vibration, a deep resonance. It's like the forest itself is breathing, a slow, gentle exhale, a long, quiet inhale. You feel the warmth seep into your core, chasing away the chill that had begun to settle deep within. A profound sense of relaxation, a letting go. The world outside the firelight dims slightly, the shadows lengthening, the forest edges softening into indistinct shapes in the low glow. The fire's light is warm, golden, intimate. It pulls the surrounding darkness into soft folds, creating a world of its own. A safe haven. Your thoughts drift, carried by the warmth and the crackle. The weight of the earlier hours, the slow, steady walk through the changing woods, the crunch, the susurrus, the deepening quiet. It all fades, recedes into a soft memory, leaving behind only the immediate, comforting presence of the fire. The firelight flickers softly on your eyelids, your eyelashes, your fingers, each shadow a fleeting dance. firelight shifts, dances, paints patterns on the waiting embers. The fire is low now, coals glowing deep orange, radiating heat through the thinning branches of the trees surrounding you. You sit deep within a shallow depression, the earth soft beneath you, packed down comfortably. It's a circle of sorts, though imperfect, built of leaning trunks and fallen branches, a shelter against the unseen wind that seems to barely stir the leaves. Not a leaf stirs. The smoke curls upwards, thin wisps that dissipate before reaching the canopy line. Its faint tang, the creosote scent, mixes with the crisp, cold air of the forest floor. It mingles with the smell of damp soil and something else, something woodier, older, like the heartwood of ancient trees. You feel it most intensely now, the heat soaking deep into the bones. The flannel shirt is warm, damp in places from the ground, but the heat source is deeper, internal. It's a warmth that spreads, a pleasant heaviness settling into your limbs. You could sleep here, perhaps. The world outside the firelight feels cool, even distant. The air is still, heavy. You can almost feel the stillness pressing in, thick and unbroken. It's a different kind of quiet than the fire's crackle that's active, alive. This is the deep, profound silence of the night, the forest floor holding its breath. A rustle, very faint. Did you imagine it? Or is it the firewood settling? You wait, listening. The only sounds are the occasional pop from a heated coal, the soft hiss of escaping embers, the whisper of smoke. That's it. Just the fire, and your own breathing, a steady rhythm, almost unconscious, releasing air into the cool night. The shapes of the trees blur at the edges of your vision, silhouettes against the orange glow of the flames. Their gnarled roots twist upwards, intricate patterns clawing at the darkness. You think about roots digging deep into the earth, finding purchase. Stability. Is there such stability here, in this quiet, watching place? You shift slightly, the earth shifting beneath you. The heat is intense here, a contrast to the cool, dark silence beyond the firelight. It's a small world now, contained within the amber glow, the warmth, the heavy scent. The silence stretches. It's not empty silence, not truly. You feel it a vastness, pressing in from all sides, from the unseen depths of the earth, from the canopy high above, from the spaces between the trees. It's a living silence, the forest breathing. Or perhaps it's just the quiet hum of the planet itself, the slow turning, the constant movement that is stillness. You feel utterly alone, yet completely surrounded. The firelight dances on your skin, warm patterns flickering. It's mesmerizing, this interplay of light and heat and shadow. A coolness touches your face, brief and fleeting. A small draft, maybe, finding its way through the branches. Your eyes blink, focusing on the flames for a moment. The heat pulls you back. The silence resumes, deeper now. You feel the weight of the earth beneath you, solid and real. The ground is alive in a way, vibrating slightly with the planet's pulse. You feel it through the soles of your feet, a faint tremor, a constant motion. Your thoughts drift. You wonder about the forest itself. What stories does this place hold? What creatures move unseen in the dark, around the fire? A rabbit, perhaps, darting between the trees outside the light's edge. Or maybe just the insects, the unseen millions, living their tiny lives. You think about the autumn, the falling leaves, the dying light, the preparation for the long nights. It's a season of release, of letting go. You feel your eyelids growing heavy. The warmth is compelling, the desire to simply lie down and be still, to melt into the earth, to become part of this quiet scene. The fire watches over you, a warm, glowing presence. The scent of smoke, damp earth, and decaying leaves fills your senses, a complex perfume of decay and life. You feel the pull of the night, the deepening peace settling within you. The forest waits, silent and immense, holding the moon and the stars and the memory of seasons. Here, in this small clearing, bathed in firelight and the embrace of the still night, you are simply present. You close your eyes, the firelight painting patterns on the darkness within your eyelids. The world outside is quiet. The fire is warm, and you are heavy with the weight of being here. The air hums with a low, steady thrum, a vibration deep within the earth that you feel more than you hear. It's the forest settling, perhaps, or maybe just the persistent thrum of your own breathing, amplified by the sudden quiet that seems to have fallen over the woods, a heavy silence that presses against your ears, softens the rustle of leaves into something barely audible, a whisper on the wind. You stand, or perhaps you lean against a thick maple trunk now, its bark cool and rough under your palm. Your feet feel heavy, the soles sinking slightly into the carpet of fallen leaves, a dry, brittle layer that crunches faintly underfoot. A sound like tiny, hurried footsteps fading away. The path ahead is indistinct, blurred by the falling light and the scattering of autumn treasures, acorns, cones, the occasional flash of red or orange from a bush, all mingling in the haze. The firelight, that familiar anchor, flickers and diminishes now. It spills from the warmth of the hearth through the windows, thin ribbons of orange and yellow dancing across the forest floor, making the shadows deeper, the edges softer. It's a diminishing presence, the glow retreating like a fading memory, leaving behind a profound softness. You feel it in the air, in the stillness, in the way the world seems to dissolve into shades of brown, ochre, and deep russet. Sharp edges blur, colors bleed into each other, losing their distinctness in the gentle fade. Your thoughts, too, begin to follow this softening. They drift, light and insubstantial, like the leaves that still fall from the remaining high branches, spiraling downwards in lazy, contemplative arcs. A memory surfaces, perhaps, faint as the scent of damp earth, then fades just as quickly, leaving no trace but a brief warmth or chill in your chest. An idea takes shape, half formed, dissolving before it fully emerges, like smoke curling upwards, and then vanishing into the air. They come and go, these thoughts, like the fireflies that sometimes appear in the twilight, blinking their brief, ephemeral light, then fading back into the gloom. And your vision adjusts slowly, tracking the forest's gentle surrender to the coming night. The deepening blue shadows stretch out, claiming more ground. The familiar shapes of the trees blur at the edges, their bark tones merging into a single, soft brown, their outlines softening, becoming indistinguishable from the undergrowth, from the ground itself. The sharp definition washes away, replaced by a vast, placid expanse of muted color and fading form. The world simplifies, becomes vast and quiet, a soft landscape flowing around you. You breathe in the cool air, tasting the dampness of the ground, the faint sweetness of the air after rain, a scent carried on the evening breeze. It swirls around you, smelling of pine needles, decaying leaves, damp moss, and the clean scent of the woods after a still day. It's a scent that wraps you in its soft embrace, grounding you in this slow, quiet transition. The path beneath your feet seems to flow, softening, bending to follow the contours of the land, its rough edges smoothed by the gentle passage of time and the weight of autumn's settling. You move forward, or perhaps you just drift, carried by the wind or the current of your own thoughts, leaving no discernible track behind. Your body feels warm now, the residual heat from the day, perhaps, or maybe just the comfortable awareness of being alive, contained within this softening world. The muscles in your legs, once firm from walking, feel heavy, relaxed. Your arms hang loosely at your sides. You don't need to move fast or even purposefully. The pace is a whisper, a gentle sway, matching the forest's own slow pulse. Look around. The sky is a bruised purple now, streaked with slashes of orange and pink as the sun dips lower, painting the clouds in fleeting, soft flames. The contrast with the forest below is striking vibrant color against deepening shadow. But the edge between sky and trees is blurred, hazy. The world seems tilted, softened, like a photograph underexposed, revealing a deeper, richer tone, a warmth beneath the surface. The air shimmers slightly, not with heat, but with the temperature gradient, the air above warmer and less dense, bending the light. It makes the forest floor seem to undulate, the path to twist and turn slightly where it lay straight moments before. It's a trick of the light, of perception, making the familiar world feel slightly alien, dreamlike. Everything is softening, blurring, becoming fluid. You feel the change in pressure, a slight drop as the air grows heavier, denser. It settles into your lungs, a deep, quiet pressure. You feel it in your chest, a resonance with the world around you. The forest's pulse, the slow, deep breathing of the woods, syncopates with your own, a steady rhythm that you match, your own breath becoming long, quiet exhales. The sounds continue. A low drone of insects settling for the night, the occasional sigh of a wind-blown branch, the faint chirp of a cricket somewhere far away. But these sounds recede, become part of the soft background hum. You become aware of the silence that surrounds you, a profound, gentle silence that feels like it could hold your thoughts, cradle you, and your thoughts continue to drift like the leaves falling, like the firelight flickering. They are fragments, impressions, whispers of things you remember, things you ponder, things that simply are. They come and go, leaving no echo, no trace. You float on the surface of them, an observer within your own mind, watching the current carry you along. It is a state of being, this softening, a letting go, a release from the sharp edges of the day, the demands of the world. Here, in the gentle blur, thoughts fall like leaves. The fire dims slowly. Everything softens, and you are caught within it, suspended in this quiet, fading light, carried forward by the slow, inexorable passage of time. The quiet deepens, a profound softness settling over the woods, pressing down gently like a feather bed upon the earth. It is utterly still now, the deep, quiet breath of the forest after the day's gentle stir. You stand in the heart of it, surrounded by the scent of autumn. It is a complex perfume, layered and deep. The sharp, clean tang of damp earth, rich and dark, mingles with the sweeter, looser scent of fallen leaves, a papery sweetness that hints at decay. Beneath that, a richer aroma, like old leather or prunes, rising from the soil itself, the earth giving up its warmth. And then, fainter, the ghost of pine, sharp and resinous, barely clinging, a whisper of green lingering in the still air. It fills your lungs, a deep, satisfying scent that calms the mind. Listen. At first, there is only the hush, a profound, unbroken quiet. But you know it is not truly silent, not quite. There is a faint, pervasive vibration, a low thrumming felt more than heard deep within the ground, the planet breathing its slow rhythm. It is a constant, gentle pressure, felt in the sole of your foot if you were to press down. But now, just a subtle awareness beneath the surface calm. Perhaps it is the air itself. It is cold, yes, holding the bite of the coming night. You can feel its chill seep into your bones, a quiet warmth drawn inwards, settling deep within. It cools the skin, yes, but it also brings a strange kind of comfort, a snug enclosure. It is clean air, clear, and smelling strongly of the woods. The silence allows you to hear the subtle shifts and movements all around you. The rustle of a single leaf somewhere seems immense, yet it is swallowed by the vastness. A bird, perhaps, settles on a branch nearby, its feathered weight a barely perceptible press against the quiet canopy. You can almost feel the warmth of the sun's last rays, fading now, warming the moss on the forest floor. Fading, fading, until only the cooling air remains. It is growing lighter, the world softening at the edges. The deep woods are receding slightly, revealing more of the sky, that vast, pale expanse above, softening to the color of worn velvet. A faint, pale light begins to filter through the canopy high above, a golden, watery glow, illuminating the lower branches, revealing the intricate patterns of bark, the myriad shades of green and brown, the delicate veins of spiderwebs shimmering with captured dew. It filters down, not brightly, but with a gentle, quiet illumination, catching the surface of the leaves, making their colors seem richer, deeper. Auburns and crimsons, golds and fiery oranges, all vibrant, but held back by the gentle gloom. And the scent remains, a constant companion. The damp earth, the loamy soil, the sharp sweetness of decay, the deep richness of the forest floor. It is a smell of completion, of the turning season. It is a smell of peace. There is a feeling of weightlessness, or perhaps it is simply the settling, the quiet release of tension. The world holds its breath. Your own breath is slow, deep, in, out, matching the rhythm of the quiet forest, the rhythm of the turning year. A warmth spreads from within, a comfortable heat that seems to come from the earth itself, a deep, contrasting yet complementing the cool air outside your skin. It settles in your chest, a gentle, expanding comfort. It is like sinking into moss, soft and yielding. And the sleep, oh the sleep. It is a deep, profound stillness, not just for the forest, but within you too. It is a heavy weight, a gentle pull downwards, drawing you completely into the quiet embrace of the wood, into the cool air, the warm earth, into the scent of autumn. It is a soft, heavy blanket settling over you, muffling the world, leaving only the quiet, the smell, the gentle warmth. The sounds continue to fade. The distant hoot of an owl, once sharp in the stillness, now seems incredibly far away, a memory. The creak of a branch, blown by an unseen wind, barely registers as a faint vibration. The world is shrinking, narrowing down to the space you occupy, the quiet air, the scent, and the deep, gentle peace. It is time now for the quiet to deepen further. The forest breathes slower, quieter. The scent of autumn fills your awareness completely. A warm, earthy fragrance, settling in your memory long after you are gone, long after the leaves have fallen and the air has grown colder. It is the scent of endings, of gathering, of the deep peace just before the world slips into a deeper, dreamless slumber. Your own mind drifts, lulled by the quiet, the scent, the gentle warmth, sinking slowly, peacefully. The soft velvet light above continues to soften, the edges of the world blurring, dissolving into deeper shadow. The vibrant colors of the leaves seem to glow faintly in the gloom, then fade, receding into their true nature, no longer seen, but merely felt, known. The scent remains, a constant, grounding presence. It is the scent of the forest floor, the turning of the season, the patient waiting for spring. A profound quiet settles, a deep, gentle stillness enfolds you. It is the heart of the woods, holding its breath, peaceful, complete. You are within it, part of it, wrapped in the quiet, the scent, the warmth of the earth. Drifting now, surrendering to the deep, quiet peace. Falling, asleep, surrounded by the scent of autumn.